Okay, great. All right. Hello, hi guys, it's me, Teacher Emmanuel. We are in the Metaverse again, one more time. And well, on today's class, we are going to revise a kind of, it's like an advice of how you could learn English without the help of a English teacher. Okay, so actually, this is quite easy. It's not something very impossible to do. Lots of people have done this before. And well, before we start with the class, well, I have already started here my timer to check the length of the video. And well, let me just show you because I want to, I'm a show off. I like to show you everything. Right now we are here at my office here in the metaverse. Okay, look at that. What is that? We have some sculptures on the back. And well, let's start with today's class. Today's class, guys. And well, what we are going to check on today's class. Let me just open here. Okay. Let me just move the webcam to the other side here. Okay. Now, the main topic of the video is how you could learn English without having a teacher or a professor of English. This is something kind of, well, you can do it, okay? It's not something impossible. But before we start, you have to understand that in all the languages, including English, okay, we have the four language skills. In Spanish are known as cuatro habilidades del idioma. But well, which are those kind of language skills? Well, we have the speaking, we have the listening, we have reading, and we have writing. Okay, all the languages share that. Okay, all the different languages have that in common. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Spanish. It doesn't matter if it's English, German, Italian. All the languages share that in common. Okay, those four languages skills. Okay, so well, let's continue. But well, another thing that you have to understand is that these skills are learned different. Okay, for example, reading and writing, these are the academic skills. These two skills is necessary to you to have to take classes, to go to school. Okay, even in Spanish, in your native language, when you were a kid, you had to go to school in order to learn how to read and how to write. If you want to read and write in English, it's necessary to have a professor, a teacher. Okay, but here is the good news. If you want to learn how to speak and how to listen, it's not necessary to have like an English teacher. The only the only thing that you have to do is to practice a lot. You have to speak a lot and you have to listen a lot. These are the practical skills. These are like the skills of real life. Okay, because for you, for example, if you go to a jobs interview, I don't know, maybe you have to talk with someone in English. So these two skills, well, from my point of view, they are very important, and well, they are not so hard to learn. The only thing that you have to do is to practice a lot. Okay. Well, let's move on now. Uh, for example, let's imagine that we have here this fellow. He's 20 years old, and we have this little baby. He's 8 months old. So they have something in common. They do not speak English because the the guy from above, he's from Mexico, and well, this little baby was born in USA. Okay, but they do not know how to speak English yet. But well, let's imagine that this guy here above, let's call him Pedro, no? Pedro, it's a very Mexican name. Pedro goes to United States to maybe to study or to work, and guess what is going to happen after 2 years? Okay, well, the thing is quite simple. The thing that is going to happen is that Pedro is going to start, well, he already knows how to speak English and listen in English after those 2 years. Okay, and this little baby, after these 2 years, he will be almost 3 years. He is going to start talking in English, okay, and he is going to understand most of English, okay. So why is that? Because, well, this is something that it's called learning enhanced by need, okay. For example, imagine that you are going to travel to another country and you don't know the language of that country. Imagine, even if you want like a bottle of water, you need to know how to ask for that. And even the baby, when we were babies, we had like lots of needs in order to communicate. Okay, so we have to learn to speak in order to ask for different kind of things. So um, well, in Spanish is aprendizaje aumentado por la necesidad, no? And this is highly important. And well, um, some English courses, they only focus on teaching grammar, and well, that is good if you want to present like a test, a grammatical test, or maybe you would like to become an English teacher in the future. And other schools only focus on teaching how to speak and how to listen. But well, what is the problem? Well, for example, here on the first picture, with the schools that they focus only on grammar, the main trouble is that their students, when they are in advance, they are not going to be able to speak in English properly, okay, because they lack the practice. And vice versa, on the other side here, for example, if they only teach them how to speak and how to listen, also they are going to speak English, obviously, but they are going to make mistakes, okay, very like a child. When a child speaks, they don't speak like perfect, they make mistakes, okay. So the real thing here is to find like a equilibrium here. You have to learn the grammar, obviously, but the most important, and you have to practice a lot your speaking, okay, and your listening. So, well, it's not impossible, okay, to learn English without having a professor or a teacher. So I know lots of people who have learned English without having a teacher. So, well, that was the class of today. Let me just remind you that you are here in our YouTube channel called Del otro lado del inglés. Activa la campanita, suscríbete, ¿vale? Para que te lleguen nuestras notificaciones. Y bueno, nos puedes encontrar en Facebook como Soul Harmon Nivelación Académica. And well, we are almost run out of time. So that's it for today's, guys. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's class. And well, let me just show you here my little office. Okay, this is so cute. This is fancy, 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 fancy. I really like that. So well, see you in the next class. Take care.